Hi everyone, welcome back to Justin Tested, where I review gear, experiences, and more. Today we're taking a look at the Travel Kit 2 by AER, that's AER. This is their toiletry bag, or Dopp kit, as some people call it. I've had this bag since I purchased it back in January of 2023, so this is a nice long-term extensive review of this bag. Honestly, up front, I have to say that this is probably the single best travel accessory that I have. At this point, I honestly don't think that I could live without it. So let's get into the bag itself and what I like about the bag, and I'll give you some more of my impressions. Just looking at the form factor of the bag, it is quite thin, which is one of the main things that I like about this. I usually travel with a backpack, and I don't have like a big backpacker's backpack or anything like that. I just use a average normal size backpack. I travel with a lot of discount airlines. So when you're traveling with discount airlines, they're always checking your bag size and things like that. So I find just using a normal size backpack makes sure that they don't even look at the size of my backpack. I'll pack all my clothes into packing cubes, and then I have all my toiletries into this bag, and this fits basically everything that I need. So taking a look at the outside of this bag, it has a carrying handle, which is quite nice for putting in and taking the bag out of my backpack. On the back here, there's a zippered pocket. So generally in here, I'll just keep a pack of sanitary wipes. So if you arrive to your hotel or you go to the bathroom somewhere, it's always nice to have some sanitary wipes just because you never know about the hygiene. So you can go in, wipe everything down if you need to. Then on the front, I'll usually carry some stomach medication. So here I just have some generic Pepto-Bismol type medication that I got from Walmart. Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen with your stomach when you're traveling. So it's good to have that, and I keep it here on the front pocket to make sure that I always have it on hand. If you're not feeling well, you don't wanna be digging around in your bag trying to find something. So it's good to just have it there and always know that it's there. On the sides of the bag, there are two pockets. So these I generally use as a toothbrush holder, and I'll get into that in a minute when we get to the inside of the bag and talk about the toothbrush. And then that's pretty much it on the outside of the bag. So the main compartment has a double zipper. Let's go ahead and open that up. So here's what the bag looks like when it's open. So first and foremost, one of my favorite features about the bag is that up here, there is a pocket. It's not a zippered pocket or anything. It's just a small little enclosure, and in here lives this plastic hook. So whenever you get to your hotel or wherever you're staying, you go to the bathroom, you can immediately take your bag out and hang this on a hook, if there's a hook, or you can hang it on the towel rack. You can hang it on the handles of the cupboard, for example. You can hang it directly on the shower head. There's tons of places where you can hang this thing. In the whole time that I've been using this bag, there's probably only been one place where there really wasn't anywhere that I could hang the bag. I just left it next to the sink, and it was fine to use it then. But I really love this functionality of the bag, being able to hang it up. Keeps everything nice and handy for me. Here in the main compartment, when I'm traveling, obviously I keep everything in a plastic bag to get through security. Let's just take a look at the things that I have here. So generally, I will travel with a couple generic plastic bottles that I got from Rossmann. These are 100 milliliters each. So in here, I'll keep shampoo. I do get dandruff, so it's good to have a dandruff shampoo on hand to make sure that my hair doesn't get flaky as I'm traveling. I carry around some face wash with me, just because face wash is a very personal thing also, and I find that for my skin, I can't really use the soaps and body washes that they normally have in a hotel. I have some hair styling spray, so I believe this is based with like an argan oil, and I keep this in a generic Muji spray bottle. So this is great because I can just spray it into my hair, and it doesn't make my hair overly hard or anything. It just kind of moisturizes my hair and allows me to style my hair without making it too hard or dirty. And of course, I'll have a travel size toothpaste. If I'm gonna be traveling for quite a long time, then I'll maybe bring along a normal size toothpaste, but generally a travel size toothpaste is fine. And then just some eye drops in case my eyes get dry. Here in the main compartment, there are some elastic straps along the back. There are 4 elastic straps, and they're fairly large, so you can fit these bottles, for example, quite easily in here. So that's what it looks like with the bottles inside the elastic straps. When I'm traveling, I'll travel with the plastic bag to get through security, but once I arrive in my destination country, I'll usually unpack everything and have it here just sitting in these elastic straps like this. This makes sure that they're secure as I'm traveling, if I'm making a transfer in between hotels or changing cities, for example. It's good to know that these are secure and they generally won't go anywhere. So I'll keep these stored like this, and then I'll keep the whole bag in my backpack facing up. And that way I know that even if these tops of these bottles open up, that I'm probably not going to get any spillage or anything like that. And I generally haven't had any spillage the whole time that I've been using this bag. So I think it's really nice to have these straps to secure them. A lot of Dopp kits generally don't have straps like this, so your bottles are just kind of floating around there in the main compartment, and if there's a spill, it's gonna get all over everything. Down here, you have a place for your toothbrush. You actually have 2 loops for toothbrushes. So when I'm traveling, I will usually just use a cheap plastic toothbrush. I buy these in a pack of 2 or 3 from Rossmann or from my local grocery store. These usually cost like 1 or 2 euros each. And I find it's a lot easier to just take these along with me. At home, I'll use a electric toothbrush, but having these is great because then I don't have to worry about charging my toothbrush, things like that. I don't have to worry about it running out of battery while I'm traveling. And also, electric toothbrushes are just a lot bigger and bulkier. So it's nice to just have a plain toothbrush that's basically disposable. So this slides into here, and it has a little hood to protect your toothbrush head while you're traveling. Just keeps things a lot more hygienic. And again, if anything does spill out of any of these bottles, then you don't have to worry about getting onto your toothbrush. But when you are using the toothbrush and you are traveling, then one of the features that I like about this bag is that after you brush your teeth, if there's no place to put your toothbrush, instead of leaving it there lying against the sink, things like that, you can put it here in one of these side pockets, and then it will be there and can dry like that. So I find that leaving it in this side pocket, it does get a little toothpaste on there. I'm not sure if you can see, there's maybe a little bit there, but in general, this material is very easy to clean. So I think that it's quite nice because I've had this bag for nearly 3 years, and I could clean it right now and it would look brand new. So that just goes to show the quality of this bag, and I think the resistance of this material. Up here, we have a mesh pocket. It's a mesh zippered pocket. And here I'll keep things like face wipes, floss, disposable razors. So at home, I usually use safety razors, but when you fly internationally, you can't bring those with you for obvious reasons. It can be difficult to find razors on arrival. Lip balm, my lips get quite chapped, so it's always good to have an emergency set of lip balm with you, even though I usually have some on me. Cheap little foldable brush / comb. And here, a very small flat pack nail clipper. So this is from Victorinox, and this is good to have as it's quite small, doesn't take up any space, and if you're traveling for quite a long time, your nails can grow out and you might need to cut them during your trip, or maybe you even forgot to cut your nails before your trip, so it's always good to have nail clippers on hand, just in case. There's also another bottom pocket down here. And here I'll usually just keep ibuprofen or paracetamol, just some type of medication in case you get sick or you have a headache, something like that. So those are the main features of this bag. Again, I really love this bag. I get tons of compliments on it. Basically, whenever I'm traveling with somebody for the first time, they'll see this hanging up in the bathroom and they'll be like, "Whoa, is that your toiletry kit? You're super professional with it." And yeah, I've gotten tons of compliments. My girlfriend's sister was asking me where I got it. So we actually got it for her for Christmas, and she loved it. So she said it was actually the best gift that she's ever received, the most thoughtful gift. So that just goes to show like what people think of this thing. But in general, I don't have any real complaints about this bag. I think it's a great bag. If I were to be super nitpicky and have to come up with something, I would just say that the material on the inside can be a bit dark. So if things fall down here, it can be hard to find them. So they do make this bag in an X-Pack material, which is black on the outer, but then has a nice bright orange material on the inner. But that's a bit more expensive than this bag. So this is their main version of the bag. And I think the X-Pack version is like $20 or $30 more. This bag comes in this black color. It also comes in a kind of olive green color. And I believe it also comes in gray. Another thing about the bag is the material is fairly water resistant, but I wouldn't really trust it to just hang in the shower. So most of the times I'll have the bag hanging next to the sink, for example, and then I'll just take out my shampoo and face wash and leave those in the shower when I'm traveling, and then pack those up and take the whole kit with me when I'm ready to go. Again, that's not a huge deal. I don't really need to have this whole thing in the shower with me, and I think it would just cause more problems. Even if it was completely water resistant, it would just, water would pool up in here and it would just get nasty. So I probably wouldn't take it with me then anyways. Overall, I love this bag. I would honestly give it a 10 out of 10. There's nothing major that I would change about the bag. As I said, I get tons of compliments on it, and for my use case, which is always having it with me in my backpack and being able to store it, I think this is the perfect bag. I haven't found anything. All the other toiletry bags that I've seen are either too wide or too tall, so I think this strikes a great combination of the two. And yeah, I would definitely buy this bag again, and honestly I might even buy another copy just in case something ever happens to this bag. It would be good to have a backup just in case. That's how much I love this bag. So that's all. Thanks for watching my review. If you found it helpful, please give a like. If you're considering purchasing this bag and you have any questions about it, go ahead and feel free to leave those in the comments down below and I'll answer them as best as I can. If you'd like to see more gear reviews, travel tips, etc., feel free to subscribe to the channel, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Once again, this is the Travel Kit 2 by AER, and it has officially been just and tested.